Today I fucked up by not opening a present from my aunt for 11 plus years because I thought she hated me. I grew up with a Catholic father and a Jewish mother. I was raised Jewish, and my dad's side was so supportive of my parents' marriage. They loved coming over for the different holidays to learn the traditions. They had kosher food at family gatherings, and loved talking about how great my bat mitzvah was even though they didn't understand a word of it. They were all still observant Catholics, and so we went to my cousins' baptisms and communions and whatnot. But when I was about 14, one of the sermons given at a baptism was about non-believers going to HLL, specifically referencing Jewish people and gay people. My mom was livid and told my dad's side we wouldn't speak to them if they continued to go to that church. My one aunt not only didn't leave that church but ended up teaching Sunday school there. We stopped speaking to her completely, and my mom passed away a few years after that. My aunt tried to reach out to me and left me very sweet voicemails checking in on me from time to time. I wanted to answer, but part of me wanted to abide by my mom's rules still. When I was 21, I came out as a lesbian to my family, and I was expecting my dad to be accepting of it, but since my mom's passing he had changed and was going to church a lot, praying more, and he basically responded with saying he didn't want to hear about that or talk about it. I moved away, hurt, and feeling my hometown was no longer home for me. My dad came for a visit a couple years after I left, we reconciled a bit, and he brought a gift-wrapped birthday present from my aunt, no card. From the weight and shape of it, I assumed it was going to be a religious book of sorts, and didn't want to feel hurt again, and I don't know why I didn't throw it away, but instead, I just put it in a box under the bed. When I was 25, she passed away from breast cancer. I did go to the funeral, but my dad's side was pretty cold towards me and I traveled home as soon as I could. I'm now 33, and I've been decluttering a bit as I unpack boxes in my new home with my wife. I came across the still-wrapped present that came with no card, and it was a copy of Fun Home, a book where one of the main plot points is the author revisiting her past and her journey to coming out. I guess my aunt had left that church after my mom passed, but no one spoke about it or told me, and that if I had reached back out to her, she may have been the comfort and acceptance I sought from my dad when I came out. I don't have many regrets in my life, to be honest, but not opening that present sooner and not reconnecting with my aunt is definitely one of them. I wish I hadn't been so hard-headed and made a judgment call for myself by just answering the phone and having a conversation. I wish I knew why she chose that book, and if she had read it herself. I wish she knew how much opening that gift now brought a smile and tears to my face. And that I did love her and all the great memories we had. It's a damn shame. Too long did not read. I thought my super-religious aunt was homophobic, so I shut her out for years. I didn't open the last present I got from her, 11 years ago, before she passed until this year, and discovered it was a copy of Fun Home. Now I wish I had been more willing to reconnect and hear her out before passing judgment. In fearing persecution, you became a persecutor. Valuable and terrible lesson all at once. My condolences. You honor your aunt, yourself, and those you are and will help by sharing this. We never know when the experiences with share will be just what another needs at that time. It may not be now. Someone may be browsing through today I fucked up months from now and realize they, too, have been putting something off. Thank you and take care. Thanks for sharing this. Your aunt seemed to be a very great person and a loving and caring one too. Aw man. Wow, thanks for sharing. Got a bit emotional reading that. You do the best you can to live by your own morals, and I think there's nothing wrong with choosing to spend your time with the people you think value, respect and love you, but sometimes you make mistakes. Humans are complex creatures and you read them wrong sometimes. People change sometimes. I'd have regrets in the same situation, and yet you may have read it wrong this time. But you seem like a good person doing the best you can in a complex family dynamic, and so try not to beat yourself up over it. Also, off-topic observation, but you are a great writer. Such a well put together post. I hope sharing it gives you some catharsis. Today I fucked up by holding my pee for years. This is embarrassing as hell and I'm too ashamed to ask anyone else for advice, so I am coming here to let it all out, pun intended. I, 18 female, started to discover that holding my pee feels good back when I was 14-15. I was a very horny teen around that time and I kept doing it until now because it would feel better than orgasms. To me, it was the best thing to ever feel, and I would have certain fantasizes when I'd do that, which kind of ended up in an addiction, not exactly. But I cannot stop now. The only thing that I wasn't expecting was it to backfire and quickly lead to me wetting a bit of my panties back when I do that. I'd always ignore this when it happened, but the problem had become worse when my mother found my panties. I'm assuming she figured out I've been peeing them because of the scent, thought it was because of my bladder and begun interrogating me about it. I tried to reason with her and tell her that I sometimes have leaks, which is half true, and it shouldn't be a problem, but she's taking the problem too seriously and thinks that that thing is wrong and I could always pee myself in public, when I actually do this only when I'm in bed. Well, no shit, she took the matter in her hands and earlier this June she made an appointment to a neurologist. Luckily, we went to the beach before the appointment and I said that the salt water cured me of my problem, which led to her believing this and cancelling the appointment. But I'm still doing it and I want to stop, not because I want to, but because I'm scared my mom will continue to freak out and might actually send me there. This morning I woke up and I needed to pee. I tried to get up, but I felt like it's coming out so I held it and I managed to pee my panties and shorts. I changed them and threw them into the drawer, then I went and done my needs, but I need to wash them quick because they stink and I don't want a mom to find them. I think I might have damaged my bladder's ability to hold it. What should I do? Should I tell her? I never told her anything about my sex life and I'm afraid she's gonna be pissed off at me because I'm doing this for sexual pleasure. I'm already trying to limit the amount of water I'm drinking and go to the bathroom every time I need to go instead of holding it. Please help. Too long did not read. I need help because I'm holding my pee for pleasure and sometimes I leak. My mom suspects I have a health issue because of the leaks and I have no idea what to do. Go to a doctor, possibly a urologist. Don't do this anymore. I was a nurse and a bartender for many years. I was forced to hold my urine for 12+ hours. Please don't do this on purpose. It will cause incontinence and you will have a hard time stopping it the older you get. I'd see a doctor soon. After doing this for years I have really awful kidneys. It's not worth it. Holy bladder destroying fetish Batman. You don't have to tell her that it's sexual. Plenty of people hold their bladder for too long just because they're ignoring it. There's no reason to bring sexuality up lol. She's not going to assume that, no one is. Is this a weird fetish post?